Let's do another question here.
Yeah.
This one comes to us from Dave Just. He's with us live on YouTube, and he wants to know: will Shane McMahon ever come back to WWE or AEW? Could you imagine Shane McMahon showing up in AEW? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. And it's so crazy that it might work,
Yeah.
depending on how it was positioned and how it was introduced. Shane called me the other day. He's called me 2 or 3 times, which I really appreciate. And he's always been sensitive in that respect. I know when Jan got in a wreck and killed her, that he was one of the first individuals to contact me and all that. So, but that's only a question that Shane could answer. Shane and Tony Khan being together, how would that work creatively? Heck, who knows? Might be great. But in any event, will he come back in AEW for some reason? That all depends on Shane and what he wants to do. I try to follow his son's football career at Indiana. I guess he's still at Indiana.
Declan, I think, is his
Yeah,
name.
that's
Right?
his name. Yeah, yeah. And a very athletic kid. Very athletic kid.
Honey Boy over on YouTube has a question. Did he ever talk to Scott Hall and Kurt Hennig again after they were fired after the plane ride from hell?
Nothing
I
to
know.
talk about. Nothing to talk about, Connie.
Yeah.
Those are not good days for me
Right.
because I like both guys, and both guys are very, very talented. You just can't go out and pluck another talented guy as talented as they were out of the air. So I was left with no alternatives in that respect, but primarily because that's what Vince wanted. He didn't want to associate with Scott or with Kurt, and talent should have they messed up. They messed up. It should have been acrimonious as it was. That was unfortunate, but no, I didn't. After I signed off, so to speak, in the most professional, polite way possible. But once the bridge was burned and we were done, we were done. And so I don't know what else I could have done. I don't know if they would have even been interested in talking to me. I released them from their deals. So who knows? I don't know why they would have had any need to speak to JR. But I didn't see Kurt, but over the time, of course, we hired Scott in WWE, and he was so talented. It was just a sad scenario that he was not unable to stay straight enough to hold a job because he's really a brilliant guy. Scott Hall could have been a great booker on a booking committee, whatever, as good as anybody that I can recall off the top of my head. But once we said adios, and this is what Vince wanted, and I'm not saying I didn't support him, because in order for Scott to stay with the company, he needed to change a few things, primarily his drug and alcohol abuse. And I would have loved to work with him. He's a smart guy, great mind, and you don't find a lot of guys like that. In other words, here's how that would work. Here's how I judged it. If you, as a talent, were able to contribute and for others, not just yourself, not just book your own program or your own angle, then it increases your value immensely. And Scott Hall had that ability to see talent in different lights, different ways to look at them, and he could have been a real big player over the long haul. But he got his ass whipped by drugs and alcohol, and that's just so unfortunate. It shouldn't have ever happened.
Jim in Buffalo says, did you ever give any wrestlers their in-ring name in your career? I ask because I wonder what goes into giving someone a character name. The name Braun Breaker just irks me. I think we're all aligned on that. Nobody likes that name. Did you ever name somebody that you can recall?
I might have, probably did over the course of time. I'm with you on the Braun Breaker thing. I mean, that's not going to be the difference maker in him being a star or not. He's going to be a star because he's how he looks, how he moves, his physicality. Hey, when this kid delivers a offensive move, high impact move, man, it opens your eyes. He's pretty special in that respect. I don't know how his interview skills are going to evolve, but I'm sure willing to wait and see, check him out. But no, I don't think I'm sure I did. I'm sure I contributed to it at some point, or I vetoed something that sounded hokey. But primarily, that was a Vince thing.
Hey guys, Eric Bischoff here. Now, if you need cash without the controversy, the team at SaveWithConrad.com can help. But don't take my word for it.
Hi, my name is Richard Smith. I'm from Moss Point, Mississippi. One of my friends at work said I just been refinancing and my interest rate was 9%, and he said he got his for 2.3. So I said, well, maybe I should try. Got a hold of Diane. She kept in touch the whole entire time. We owned 2 houses, and we rented one out, and my renter quit paying, so we gave it back to the mortgage company. And because we did that, we had to wait 3 years for an FHA loan to go back through. The one thing that Conrad said on his podcast was, we'll never tell you no. We might say, not now, this is what we need to do, and we'll make sure we get it done. Well, prime example, 3 years. And when they say no money out of pocket, there's no money out of pocket. They figure it out. But she was so quick that, don't worry about this, I got this first. That's what impressed me the most. My name is Richard Smith, and I saved $700 a month with SaveWithConrad.com.
And unlike the dirt sheets, these reviews don't lie. With over 1,000 5-star reviews, find out for yourself how much Conrad and his team can save you by checking out SaveWithConrad.com and do it today.
NMLS number 32416, equal housing lender, SaveWithConrad.com. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what AdFreeShows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-Free Shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that AdFreeShows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. AdFreeShows.com.